Hi you guys, my name is Woven Codes and I'm going to teach you how to create animated gradients using Figma. Wait, don't be scared. Even if you're a beginner, this is going to be very easy. It's beginner friendly. I'm just going to be showing you frames, shapes, and just elements on Figma that you could use to create this moving gradient. To start, all you need to do is create an account and then you go straight to, Figma. In this case, I already have an account, so I'm just going to click on figma.com. I'm just going to go here at the top right here, top left corner of my screen. For you, it could be right, but here it's left. Click on new design file. You can see the frames here. I'm just going to come down here and click on frames. And then I'm going to click on iPhone 17, which is this. I'll just keep this aside. This would be my phone interface I'm going to use to showcase this work. Next, I'm going to come down here, try to get a shape. I'm going to use the ellipse shape and just drag it through my screen. Double click on it, and then I could stretch it however I want. In this case, I just want it to look this oval. And then next, to try to change the color. So to change this color, I want it to have like a gradient. I want to have it have a gradient. So I'm going to come somewhere here, click on gradient, and then change the direction of where I want the gradient to, be in, and stretch it all the way down to the edge of my shape. I'm going to now pick the color that I want. I'll just click on here and change my color. Next, what I'm also going to do is just also duplicate this. Click on Ctrl D for those who are Windows users, or you can just click on the objects and then right click on copy and paste. Go to the effects section and click on layer blur, and you see how it looks. It already looks very cute and very nice and very faint. I'm just going to try to reduce it a little so you can see where it is already. So I'll come to my linear gradient here, and I'm going to change my color to something fun. Got the blue. Yeah, I think the blue does it for me. So that's basically that. So next, I'm going to go back to my effects layer, click on my layer blur, and then try to increase the number here to 200, just like the other one. So you see it already looks very pretty. So now I just want to reduce the size and be able to work with this. Next, what I'm going to do is to have them stay side by side, and I'm going to drag it into my frame. So you can see now that I have it in my frame. I'm just going to reduce the size. To reduce the size, instead of reducing it just this way, it's usually like scale tool, which is you can use K. Just click on K on your keyboard, or just use the K option here, and then you can also scale it down and reduce the size. I'm going to also duplicate this frame into 4 places, Ctrl D on my keyboard, and then I just change the location of this particular gradient. So here you can see me changing the different location of the gradient just to make it look random. This would give us the effects that we need for our animated gradient. So next, I'm trying to bring in the time and date element, as well as a skip now text. This is just to make my screen look good, because this is actually a splash screen. So here I'm trying to adjust my time and date element into my frame to ensure that it's at the right position and it's also centered, and then all the frames have the time and date at the same location. So when we're skipping or moving through the different screens, and when we animate these particular frames or the frames, they don't have the time and date moving up and down, they're not inconsistent. So it's
is supposed to be at a fixed location. And in order to avoid the stress of manually trying to adjust the time and date element to be where it's supposed to be, we're meant to incorporate the grid system. So the grid system helps avoid issues like this. So in this frame, you can notice that I've actually implemented my grid, and I'm going to also make it visible throughout all 4 frames, and that helps me to position my text, have my elements be in the same place, and just monitor the fact that everything is falling within the grid, and I can easily just know what particular place a particular text or element is supposed to be on the grid.
You can see that creating a grid, using a grid is very important when you're creating your design on Figma. It just makes everything to be at the right place, especially if you're duplicating and bringing in new elements into a new frame. So grid helps you to just achieve standardization and make sure that everything is just in the right place when you're designing. Change that to 1 millisecond. It's still going to be 1 millisecond, but this would be, let's say, 500. Let's see, 500. So I'm just going to start afresh. Okay, so I have it to be 1 millisecond and 500 milliseconds smart animate. Okay, I think I like what I did, so I'm just going to continue and change the rest to 500 milliseconds and this 4th one to be 500 milliseconds. Okay, now let's refresh my screen and see what we have. And see, this is what I have been able to create with Figma. So I hope this video was very, very interesting and you were able to learn, and it was really very slow paced. If it was fast paced, please do leave a comment in my comment section and I will take you through the process again. But then again, we could see the importance of grid in a frame. We could also see what the power of Figma and how it could translate the design ideas and bring them to life through prototyping. So what I just did in this video was create a frame using grid and also tried to create animated gradients, and then I prototyped them. I linked the different screens or frames that you saw and automated them to perform the tasks they're supposed to perform. Thank you very much for watching.